Hey there, welcome back. So if you just did our 35-minute flow, you're probably ready to cool down and chill out a little bit. And if you're doing this video on its own, it's a really nice 10 to 15-minute guided meditation to travel through the body, get focused, get centered, using the Katonah Yoga magic square metaphor and the body as a house. So when you're ready, find yourself in a nice, comfortable, easy seat. If you did something really exhaustive before this, of course, you can find a nice relaxed position on your back. Really, the point is just to be in a space where you can feel nice and comfortable, and the spine can be long to allow full breaths and full relaxation. So as you're ready, find your nice, easy seat. Settle down into it. Adjust anything that feels like you're having to make a lot of effort to hold it in place. If you're seated in Virasana on blocks or on a couch cushion or maybe an easy seat, take a moment to just scan the body from the lowest point in the middle of you all the way up to the crown of the head. Create space and length between those two pieces of you, allowing that line of energy to be nice and long, allowing the breath to move in and out naturally, maybe settling down a bit. So nice. And then while traditionally we use an Ujjayi pranayama, or that victorious breath, to move us through a more physical practice, I like to use it as well in these guided meditations or magic square moments, just to allow us to feel that energy moving in and out through the body in a more controlled way. So if you'd like to play with that, seal the lips to touch, create a slight restriction through the back of the throat, and then allow the breath to move in and out through the nose, maybe creating a nice ocean wave like audible noise. And as you're here, we'll start to travel the body using the map provided to us with the magic square and the body as a house. So exhale, clear out. And then as you inhale, bring your awareness to room number 1, our boiler room, the first fire, the fire of the belly, the space where we all drop in from, this room where we really think about lighting the ignition, turning things on, starting to get the house ready to be inhabitable by getting the temperature to come up. Just be in this space, kind of this dropping in moment where you realize you're having this human experience, or maybe there's something you're working on in your life. Maybe it is a job situation. Maybe it's something to do with a personal relationship, family or friends. Maybe something a little bit more micro, something tiny that you want to get done throughout the next day or the next week. Bring something to mind that you want some clarity on, you'd like to focus on, have it be your focus point of undivided attention for the next few minutes. Exhaling here, clearing out space to continue our journey. As you inhale, bring your attention, draw a line all the way up to the right eye. This is room number 2. This is our attic and our body as a house metaphor. So this is the room where we store all of our most treasured memories, the things that we really hold sacred. You know, we're not storing those down in the basement and the boiler room where things can get musky and murky. We really want to keep all of our most favorite precious things up in the attic, the room where it can get a little dusty if we avoid it, but generally it's a nice, clean, safe space. And if we tend to this attic, we're able to see clearly our past, the things that are informing us as we move forward, and really set a very clear and concise goal. So moving from room number 1, where we dropped in and reacted, to being in this human experience, going up to room number 2, that right eye, we can really start to think about what is the goal we have based on where we've come from, what's built us to this point, what do we want moving forward. So take a breath or two here, really allow that goal to crystallize, to come to mind, clearing out all the cobwebs, things that are getting in the way in the attic, So it can really become a nice room with some beautiful sunlight shining in. Maybe it turns into an art studio, a room to read, somewhere nice to, again, clear your thoughts and set your goals. Exhaling once more here. And then as you inhale, we'll travel all the way over to the left side of our body, finding the left hand, the left shoulder, left arm. This is where we imagine the kitchen, the hearth of the home to be in our metaphor. So spending time here on the left side of the body, it's really connected to the heart. It's really connected to how we handle our feelings, right? So the left hand is really getting a handle on yourself, getting a handle on the ability to manage your feelings and the feelings of those around you. So family, friends, all of those things come to mind here. So give yourself a moment, starting, from room number 1 to room number 2. Now we're in room number 3. We've set the goals. What does it feel like to manage all of the feelings that might be associated with those things that we want, those things that we're striving for? How can you handle your feelings? Because there's going to be ebbs and flows. You're going to feel ups and downs as you move through life. So really being able to connect to the left, the lunar side of us, the more maternal stock, if you will help us handle everything else better on the other side. So one more inhale here. And as you exhale, clear out things that are going to get in the way of well-managed feelings. As you inhale, we'll come up on the left side, staying on the lunar side to room number 4, the left eye. This is your bedroom. So this is the room where we really are able to allow the sun to come in the morning, right? We look out the window, room number 4. A window has 4 corners, 4 sides, a nice frame to really frame out the vision of the future. So in room 2, we set the goals, but in room 4, we're really able to look out on a new day with a really lovely sense of all the possibility, the potential of the next 24 hours, or maybe your new day relates more to the next week, the next month, maybe the rounding out of the year. So looking out of that window with a clear vision for all of the things that are possible here, bringing to mind that you set your goals, you handled your feelings, or you at least became aware of those feelings, and now you look out with a childlike wonder, almost like that fairy tale imagination that anything in the world is possible, and let that sink in with the next inhale. Exhaling, clear out anything that will get in the way of all those possibilities. So nice. As you inhale, we'll go to room number 5, the center of the chest, heart center. This is your living room. So this is the room of your own, like your own personal sanctuary. This is the place where you really get to decide, okay, I've set my goals. I have my vision for the future. I know how to handle my feelings. And now I get to really reflect on all of those things and put myself in the middle of it. So we have all the ideas of what these things might look like. And now we get to plop down on that comfy couch, maybe grab a snack from the kitchen, maybe bring a journal from the attic and really just get with ourselves, maybe take a look in the mirror, notice what habits we have day to day now and reflect on those and notice, like, are these things getting us closer to the goal, to the vision, to having better feelings on a day-to-day basis. So give yourself a moment, imagine that living room space, be there. Really put yourself in the middle of it. Be the mediator. You're existing really in your stellar nature here, the you of you. Nice. One more inhale. Exhale out. And with your next inhale, we will travel over to the right hip, the right foot, the right knee, the right leg. So this is the garage. This is where we say, okay, we've reflected on all of those things, and now we're really going to put the pedal to the metal. We're going to get in the car in the garage, and we're going to go out into the world to find our heart's desire. Imagine what it looks like when you take all of your ideas, you've put yourself in the middle of it, and now you're going to take that right step forward. You're going to head out to get what you want. What does that mean? Maybe what is like 1 or 2 action points that as you step out from the safety, the idealism, the imagination of the home, what does it look like to go out and start getting what you want? Maybe even just that first step. So give yourself a moment in the garage before you head out and just know where you're headed. Nice, one more inhale. And exhale, open that garage door. Nice. From here, inhaling, traveling all the way up to the right hand, the right arm, that right elbow and shoulder, the solar side of us, the more paternal stock, the side that we handle the world with. So we go out, we do the work. This is our home office. So this is a space where we really settle in and do the things that need to be done. We put in the hours, we put in the time, we do steps 1 through 5 that get us to the thing that we want. So maybe bring to mind a few steps of that daily grind, if you will, those things that you really have to do to make things happen. Imagine a few of those things where you sit down in the home office and you say, okay, I want these things. I know I have a vision for the future that makes these things possible, and now I'm going to put in the work. Give yourself a breath or two here. Maybe that side feels spicy and hot, maybe nice full exhales. And then one more exhale, clearing out the clutter from that desk and having the clarity, the vision, the stamina to do the work. And then we'll inhale from room 7. We're heading down to the left hip, the laundry room, room 8, the left foot, left knee, left leg. So really finding the potential here of all the hard work you did in the home office. At the end of the day, we have to go to that laundry room, the utility room. We have to make sure everything's still working, make sure the plumbing's still working, make sure that you have clothes to carry you throughout your day. So the laundry has to be done day in and day out to allow you to be prepared for the work that's ahead. And not just the work, but all of the grace that will come to you. We only receive grace by putting in the effort. So the effort of the laundry is like a necessary evil. It's a necessary work that has to be done. So what on the left side of you, that side we handle our feelings with, that lunar side, what is the daily, day in and day out personal work that you need to do to enable you to be prepared for all the good stuff that's coming your way? Taking a breath or two here, let that come to mind. Nice. And we're almost there from room number 8. Inhale, really big full inhale, gathering all this work we've done, all of these things we've brought to mind all the way up to the middle of the forehead. So we imagine that to be like that third eye center. This is the space, the room of vision where we can really look out at all of the work, all of the imagination, all the potential as we get to this peak point, really the apex of the house, right? And look out to see what it looks like when we've done all of that work. We've put in the effort. We've taken care of our feelings. We've handled the outside world. We've gone out and got what we wanted. Like imagine, bring to vision, really put yourself from the living room into the middle of this space and imagine what it looks like for you to have all these things that you want, to have accomplished this task that maybe you had on the to-do list for weeks and you really finally handle it today, or you make a solid plan to handle it tomorrow. What does it look like? What do you look like in that moment where you've handled these things and you get to catch that grace? Maybe even bring to mind like a nice shining light sprinkling sparkly vision all over you, so you really have reached your potential here in this moment. And just let yourself revel in that as we imagine number 10, which is the whole thing, the whole house, the sum of all these parts, the you of you, really the epic top point of your stellar nature here in the middle. Just really finding some confidence, some completion, knowing that once you get to number 10, you get to start all over in room number 1. So really the journey is never completed. We get to keep playing the game, keep traveling the magic square, giving yourself 1 minute here. Nice. And maybe from here you blink the eyes open. If you want to journal and write down some of these things that came to mind during this meditation, that can be really nice. So give yourself a moment to pause here, jot some things down, and then we will resume with some breath of fire, some Kapalabhati breathing, and a few little stretches to settle down so you're ready to take on the rest of the day. So pause the video now if you want to make some notes, otherwise we'll continue on. So when you're ready, probably going through that breath work, we've kind of gotten a little disorganized sitting here as we go into like our first nature of whatever our normal body pattern is as we're seated. So if you want to switch out your seat before we do this breath work, if you're up on the blocks, maybe in your Virasana, maybe take your hands and move all that good juicy stuff out of the way so that your two sit bones are plugged in, perineum is plugged down, almost like you're a three-prong plug plugging down into the earth so you can charge yourself back up with this breath of fire we're headed into. Once you are in a good position, you've got that long line of open energy through the middle of the body. Take your hands, you're going to bring your arms up to the sides like you're doing the YMCA or like you're creating a nice V shape. Seal all of your fingers together, and then you're going to send the heels of your hands up to the sky so you're creating these nice little cups so that if grace, good things, potential are raining down from above, you're able to catch them and channel them from your feelings, from handling the world straight into the heart, right? So we're getting all the good stuff on both sides of us, bringing it to the center. So once you're ready, and you can maybe even take a look and notice where your hands are, because usually they're not where we think they are. Usually they're reaching back, trying to head back into the past and dig some stuff up there, or reaching to the future out ahead of us, trying to get to the next thing. But we really want to just put ourselves right in the middle here. Seal those fingers. Heels of the hands are up. We're going to take 100 pumps of Kapalabhati breath, which is the breath of fire, really to get ourselves ready for the rest of the day, ready to handle what's coming. From here, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, push all the air out. The exhales after this are going to be forced in through the nose. So you're allowing the inhale to come naturally and the belly button snapping in and up to push the breath out. Exhale fully. Nice. And then inhale to a comfortable level. And when you're ready, we'll start pumping. Out, 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 out. If you lose track, give yourself credit for what you've done. We've got about 25 more. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the way up to the top this time. Hook your thumbs together. Maybe put the weird one in front. Spread your other fingers wide. Think about turning your armpits into a little mitt so you can catch grace if it's coming at you from the space ahead of you. Pull your shoulder blades down your back, lift your heart, spread those collarbones wide, and then tuck your chin and pull everything up from the bottom, creating this nice bind, this nice bound energy within the body. Hold on to this breath. Almost imagine that you've got bubbles percolating up to the top, up to the crown of the head, turning your antenna on so you're ready to receive any information that's trying to come to you here. One more moment, holding this breath a little longer than we want to. And then when you're ready, pop that cork, let the bubbles come out, sprinkling all over you with the grace of all the work that you've done. You've put in the effort. Now you get to allow yourself to find some ease. From here, we're going to come down onto our backs and just take a quick little stretch. So if you're on blocks, get them out of the way. And come onto your back. This is pretty simple. We'll just take a reclined figure 4 from here. So find your right foot pressing down onto the earth. Both knees are bent. Left ankle is going to cross over the right knee. And you can either just chill out here and maybe take your left hand and press against your left leg, pushing it away from you. You also have the option, of course, to bring the right knee towards your body. Just think about the left sit bones continuing to push forward so that you're not bringing the left hip up towards your left shoulder and kind of getting out of the stretch. Give yourself a few breaths to be here. Let it feel nice. Maybe not max effort, maybe just giving yourself up to like about level 5. Nice. And then when you're ready, right foot comes down. We'll just take it on the other side. So left foot is planted on the earth. Right foot crosses over the left knee. And again, choose your own adventure here. Find a stretch that works for you. Your feet can be flexed and active. They can be relaxed. Just finding a space where you are finding a line of tension that's interesting and let yourself release down into it. 2 more breaths in this stretch. And then from here, left foot comes down to the ground. Soles of both feet plant on the earth. Extend your legs long, nice, big good morning stretch. So lovely. And then from here, place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And just let yourself have as long as you can to chill out before returning to your day. But I'll leave you here. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.